So let's go back to our problem. So as you can see, this is the problem. So assuming that the joint operation is liquidated and Z is charged the unsold inventory at cost. Okay, again, recall the formula to be used. Joint operations and the investment in joint operation. Format in determining cash receipts or cash payment. This will help you to solve this problem. Okay. So in joint operations, so merchandise contribution is 1,000, has been said in letter A. Purchase and freight in 50. Letter B. Purchase in 2,500 is letter D. Sales return and discount and allowances, there's none. Expenses stated in letter F, 550 pesos. Merchandise with, there's no merchandise withdrawal, there's no purchase returns, discount, allowances. Sales and other item of income of 8,000, letter E. And unsold merchandise ending inventory of 300 pesos. With that, so the total amount in debit balance is 4,100 versus 8,300 in the credit balance. We have 4,200 credit balance receipt. So this is the answer of letter A. So letter B. So how much is the A, X, Y, and Z respectively? So change the ABC to X, Y, Z. Sorry about that. So the profit stated in the above receipt is 4,200. Multiply by its profit and loss share ratio that the problem stated it as divided equally. So 1/3 each. So the share in net income is 1,400, 1,400, and 1,400. Okay, so it's very easy, no? This problem, so wabol jud kayo, dali na ma-solve na to. No? Perfect na mo, na mo 2 points. So next is how much is the contribution or how much is the cash receipt or cash payment XYZ respectively. So starting with operator X, contribution investment stated in letter A that sent by X to Y. So that's his contribution, 1,000. Freight plus 50, so according to B, paid by X. And share in profit of joint operation that has been computed a while ago, 1,400 with a total of 2,450. Okay, gets? Next, operator Y, contribution investment of 500. Where do I get 500? In letter D, that 500 of which were made on account of Y. So 500 pesos. Next, it cost and expense paid for joint operation. So letter F, were paid by Y using own cash, 550. And the share in profit of joint operation that had been computed a while ago, 1,400 with a total receipt of 2,450. And last, the joint operator Z. So contribution and investment stated in letter C was sent by Z to Y, which is 2,000. So cost and expense, there's none. Share in profit of 1,400. So again, assume that Z will be charged by a sold inventory. So there will be a withdrawal of contribution of 300. So the amount of receipt or receivable of 3,100 pesos. So guess now guys, this is the joint operation and joint venture. So more siya example of the joint operation. Sana na-refresh mo sa mga topics about joint operation. Okay, if you have questions, please chat me and through Messenger. Next is home office branch agency and transactions. So this topic is more about journal entries, Manjod, but I can give you formulas about how, especially in build price, about sometimes when it says to above cost, ang ingon. So you must compute it again kay ang from shipment to home office to branch, there is na mo markup may tabo. So kailangan nimo ikwaon nimo ang true net income ni branch. So example sa home office and branch like mga motor, katami itong naaman dyan home office. Ang mga botris mga usamis, mga branches na sila. Okay? Muna siya. So naaman dyan na may tabo nga markup mo nang kailangan na to ikuha kwaon ang actual cost. Ma-appeal kay pag-compute si branch, ma-appeal niya ang cost sa sa home office. So mao nang dapat eliminate to siya para makuha na to ang true income. Okay. So given the formula, so build price, so beginning inventory within, this is the perspective of branch. So build price, the home office perspective is at cost, and allowance, how much is the difference between build price and the cost. Okay. Shipment from home office, total goods available for sale, X. So this is an unadjusted or pre-closing. Again, adjusted, pre-closing, unrealized profit before adjustment. So less with inventory within. So again, inventory within is different in total inventory because within is only inside the transaction between home office and the branch. Okay, so less. So it is the after post closing unrealized profit or adjusted to. Okay, lahi ang adjusted to, lahi ang adjusted by. Ang adjusted by is the cost of goods sold within. So from Fontana is to, this is the ending inventory within and allowance markup. Okay, so you will get the cost of goods sold within plus the cost of goods sold outside purchase. You have the total cost of goods sold. So the total cost of goods sold, proceed to the formulas down. Sales revenue is at build price minus total cost of goods sold over gross profit less OPEX. So you will get the branch net income. Okay. So perspective of branch. So adjustment of over CGS. We'll get it in the deduction of cost of goods sold within. You will get the true branch of net income. So let's proceed to the problem. The Denny Homes office ships merchandise to its Ozamis branch at 20% above cost. Take note, 20% above cost. So Ozamis branch books shows a beginning inventory of 135,000, which 50% from outside purchase. Again, 50% from outside purchase. So the shipments from home office at 405,000. The ending inventory of Ozamis branch amounted to 337,500, in which 60% is the home office merchandise, while the remaining balance is the from outside purchases. The Ozamis branch purchased merchandise costing 317,500. The total sales and operating cost of the branch for the year amounted to 1,040,000 and 220,000 respectively. I can give you 1 minute to read again in the questions. So the questions are, what is the pre-closing balance of the allowance for overvaluation of branch inventory account? What is the post-closing balance in the unrealized profit in branch inventory account? What is the amount of overvaluation of cost of goods sold or undervaluation in income? The amount of overvaluation of branch inventory account is adjusted to how much? The allowance for overvaluation of branch inventory account is adjusted by how much? What is the overvaluation of branch ending inventory? How much is the true ending inventory of the branch? How much is the total cost of goods sold of the branch? How much is the true net income of the branch? Okay, let's go back to our formula. So as you can see, there is after post-closing unrealized profit or adjusted to. And the other one is total goods available for sale and adjusted pre-closing, unrealized profit before adjustment. And the cost of goods sold within is adjusted by realized profit. So deduct the unadjusted by upon a realized profit, you will get the realized profit. Okay. So as you can see, this is the solution of the problem. 67,500. How do we get 67,500? Again, 135,000 50% from outside purchase. So if you multiply 135,000 by 50%, so that's the 67,500. That means it is within. Katora dyan sa shipment from home office to branch, 67,500. So shipment from home office of 405,000, that is already stated in shipment from home office in the problem. So you have the total goods available for sale of 472,500. Okay. So 200, so less, how much is the ending inventory? The ending inventory is 337,500, in which 60% is home office merchandise. So 337 times 60%. So you get 202,500. So cost of goods sold within is 270,000. Plus of cost of goods sold outside party. So 250,000. How do we get a cost of goods sold in outside party? So in the stated below, where's the okay, let's compute it again. Nawala siya sa PowerPoint. So beginning inventory, you get again 67,500. Here is plus purchase. How much is the purchase? So you got 317,500. So in Makati branch, purchase merchandise costing 317,500. You also have cost of goods available for sale. You add 67,500 plus 317,500. You will get 385,000. Less ending inventory outside. Where do you get ending inventory outside? By the 40% of 337,500. So times 0.40, we get 135,000. So you will get 250,000. Okay, so the total cost of goods sold is 520,000. So that's the answer of letter H. So in order to get the costs, you must divide by at build price. So 405,000 times divided by build price, you will get get 33,750 minus by build price and cost, you will get allowance for markup of 67,500. Total goods available for sale divided by its build price will get 393,750. Minus that 472,500 and 393,750, you will get 78,750. That's the answer of letter A. Okay. Next, ending inventory of 202,500 divided by 1.20, you get 168,750 at cost. So 202, 500 minus 168,750, you will get 33,750. This is after 2. This is the answer of letter B, letter D, and letter F. Letter B, what is the post-closing balance? That's the post-closing balance. That is the overvaluation branch inventory account adjusted to. As you can see, there's a 2 here. It's adjusted to. And what is the overvaluation of branch ending inventory? So 33,550 rather. So next is the cost of goods sold. You can get the answer by minus the 78,750 of total goods available for sale to ending inventory. You'll get 45,000. You can also get it by cost of goods sold divided by bill price. You will get the cost minus the again the 270. You will get 45,000. This is the adjusted by. Again, that is the adjusted by, and this is the overvaluation of cost of goods sold. Okay, you can compute everything. Next is through ending inventory. Again, ending inventory from home office to cost at cost, that is at cost, is 168,750. And the ending inventory from outside parties or outside purchase is 135. So the total through ending inventory of the branch is 303,750. That's the answer of letter G. And last, the true branch income. Again, how much is the sales revenue? 1,040,000. That is the sales less cost of goods sold of 520. How do we get 520? Here in the total cost of goods sold. Next, that is the gross profit less OPEX given 220,000. So you will get the branch net income. So adjusted by overvaluation of cost of goods sold 45,000, add, so there's a true income of branch 345,000. So that's the answer for letter I. So that's the end of our second part of our video for corporate liquidation, the joint operation, and the home office branch accounting. So hope to see you in the next video. God bless, guys.